Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. Now, how are you all? Are you all fit and well? Are you all recovered from the weekend, fresh and ready for another blast of English? You are, you are, you are, and you are. Well, in that case, you're in the right place. Welcome, welcome one and welcome all. Welcome the gods of English, blue team, and welcome the gentle chickens of the forest. Come in, relax and get ready. Come on, don't make Chopper wait too long. Now, who can remember what we were learning the week before last week? Can anyone remember? I'm talking about the week before last, a fortnight ago. Now, there's a good English word that you might not have heard before. Fortnight. It's a very simple idea and it's easy to understand as well. A fortnight is another way of saying 2 weeks. Now, can anyone see the logic behind it? Can anyone see why we say fortnight? Well, think about it. Logically, how many days are in 2 weeks? 14, correct. And how many nights? 14, again, correct. Now, have another look at the word, a fortnight. So logically, the word fortnight is an abbreviation, a shortened word. We've taken the idea of 14 nights and squashed it into a smaller word, fortnight. So fortnight was originally 14 nights, but now we just say fortnight. Simple. Okay, so now let's get back to my original question. Who remembers what we were doing a fortnight ago? I'm sure you all remember, but just to make sure that we're all on the same page, allow me to run through what we were doing a fortnight ago. Okay, a fortnight ago, we were learning about obligation again. We looked at the 2 forms of strong obligation that we've learned so far, must and have to. We talked about the fact that must is a little bit dangerous. We have to be careful when we use must. If we use it to tell other people things, it can be offensive. People do find must challenging and aggressive. So we follow the golden rule. We use must for ourselves and have to for other people. Simple. The golden rule is very good because must and have to are the same strength. They mean the same thing, but have to is neutral, so it's easier to use. Great! So, we know that when we want to make a question with have to, we need the auxiliary verb to do, and we have to conjugate it correctly. For most subjects, we use do, but when we're talking about the third person singular, when we're asking about something that he, she, or it has to do, then we have to conjugate the verb to do. It becomes does. Okay, so we know that if we want to ask questions with have to, we need the auxiliary verb to do. We also know that if we want to make negative sentences with have to, we need the auxiliary verb to do. So, if we want to make negative sentences or ask questions using have to, we know that we need the auxiliary verb to do. We need this verb to help us make negative sentences and ask questions with have to. Good. Now, what do you think is coming next? That's right, the next logical step. What do we do with questions using have to in the past? Well, What do you think we need to make a question with have to in the past? We need an auxiliary verb, don't we? Yes, we do. But which one? Well, which auxiliary verb do we use to make negative sentences using have to about the past? Do you remember the sentence from last lesson about uniforms and schools in the UK? When I was at school, I had to wear a uniform. Okay, fine. We conjugate have to correctly and change it to had to, the past form. Good. But when we saw the negative version, what happened? That's right. With the negative, we left have to as have to. We didn't change it. We used an auxiliary verb in the sentence though, didn't we? Do you remember the sentence? In my last 2 years of school, I didn't have to wear a uniform. So, when we make a negative sentence using have to, we use the past form of the auxiliary verb to do. Did. Simple, isn't it? When we ask questions using have to in the present, we use the auxiliary verb to do. When we make negative sentences using have to in the present, we use the auxiliary verb to do. When we ask questions using have to in the past, we use the past simple form of the same auxiliary verb we use to ask questions using have to in the present. In the present, we use do or does. In the past, we use did. Simple. When we make negative sentences using have to in the past, the same thing happens. We use the past simple form of the same auxiliary verb we use to make negative sentences using have to in the present. In the present, we use don't or doesn't. In the past, we use didn't. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, just to make sure that everything's nice and clear, let's get Mabel in here with another one of her tables. And now the questions and negatives. In the present, okay, and now let's see Mabel's table for the past. First, the questions. And the negatives. Okay, so that's everything made clear for us by Mabel. Thank you, Mabel. And now, yes, it's that time again. It's time for Enid. Enid, are you there? Ah, there you are, Enid. Come on down.
What, ho, people? Hello, hello. Yes, it's me, Enid. Now, the last time we met, I was feeling a little bit under the weather. I celebrated my perfect ECG result with some cocktails at the Ponce Peacock. I was there with my friends, Archibald, Rupert, and Clementina. The problem was that we drank too much, and the next morning I had a hangover. A terrible hangover. When I got back from the Ponce Peacock, Keith, my pet pheasant, was not happy with me. I forgot to take him on a walk, and the next morning I was too hungover to take him for a walk. As a result, Keith decided to give me the cold shoulder. Do you know that phrase? To give someone the cold shoulder is to be unfriendly to them, to reject them. Also, because of my hangover, I had to cancel my other appointment at the doctor's surgery. I had made an appointment to get myself a checkup. That's why I had the ECG in the first place. Anyway, the doctor's receptionist wasn't very happy with me cancelling my appointment at the last minute. But I told her I was too ill to see the doctor. Not very logical, I know, but that's what I said. So, what happened next? Well, it took me a couple of days to recover from my hangover, but finally I felt better, and I started to take Keith to the park twice a day, as I normally do, so that he gets his walks and exercise in the park, not in the garden. So, that meant that Keith stopped giving me the cold shoulder. So, that was good. I don't like it when Keith is upset, especially when he's upset with me. Keith has got a problem with Rupert, but I'm his owner. He's my pet. He should show respect. Anyway, Keith started speaking to me again after I felt better and could take him for his walks. And now, everything's back to normal. When I recovered from my hangover, when I got better, I made another appointment with the doctor and went to see him for the rest of my checkup. The doctor told me that I was in quite good health, but he wants me to start exercising more. He says it will be very good for me to exercise. According to the doctor, in the doctor's opinion, the doctor thinks that I'm in quite good health, but if I take up a sport, if I start doing a sport, then my health will improve. It'll get better. So I'm going to start exercising. I thought about swimming, but I find swimming so boring. I'm not sure what exercise I'm going to choose, but I've made my mind up and I'm going to start exercising. So now, I'm off to look at the internet to see if I can get any exercise ideas. I need to see what exercise and sports possibilities there are in my area, near where I live. Okay, I'm off to check out the internet, and then it'll be time to take Keith to the park for his evening stroll, his evening walk. See you all anon. Toodaloo, pip pip, chitty bye.
And she's off. Well, it's good to see that everything's okay with Enid. She feels better after her hangover, and according to the doctor, in her doctor's opinion, all she needs to do is to take some exercise. Well, we all know that exercise is very important. And we also know that English exercises are very important. They're how we practice our English. So, Enid's going to start exercising. She's going to take up a sport and make sure that she stays in good health. As for us, well, we've come to the end of today's lesson. So there's no time left for any more English exercises. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of exercises this week. English exercises to help us fix our English knowledge into place. And that's it for today. Yes, it's true. Our time is up. So, quickly, run away before Chobber becomes impatient again. Quick, run! Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves until then. Have a great afternoon and have a great evening too. Don't worry, if you need more English practice or if you want to revisit some of our lessons, then head over to www.m5tv.hu. That's where you'll find all the lessons and all the vocabulary. Okay, I'll see you here, same time, same place, tomorrow. Thanks for watching. This is M5 and I'm Gav Duncan. Have fun and I'll see you all tomorrow. See you later. Bye.